My gosh, I mean, I led the show with, Damian Lillard. He is up there with Steph in terms of, or any player, Mahomes in the NFL.
Yep.
Name anybody who gets you off the couch with their play. I mean, he's first straight. He's Hall of Fame first straight. I can't get, and then the Blazers lose when it comes down to it as well. The great Nuggets performance that I'm sweeping under the rug, but I'll just give you the floor on Lillard and what you think about him and what you've learned about him and covering him for as long as you have, Rachel.
He's so fascinating, right? I mean, this is a guy who's been undersized ever since he picked up a basketball, went to a college that I think a lot of people have only heard of because of him, and certainly not someone tabbed to be one of the best players in the NBA. And none of that has ever mattered to him. And that's easy to say, right? We got a lot of young guys with chips on their shoulders saying, yeah, I always believed in myself. Yeah, I knew, and I used the haters for fuel. But it's a lot easier to put on that front and that bravado than to actually believe it and do it and have that faith in yourself and your core that even when the world is telling you over and over again, this just isn't for you, being able to say, yeah, I actually know it is, and I know better, and I know what I can do, and I know what I can become. And I've always been fascinated that Dame has had that in him in such a certain way. And then, his just absolute belief that there's no excuses and that, whatever he has around him is what he has and wherever he goes is what he does. And we saw that last night. I mean, the amount of, quote, support he got on that court it's not what anyone in Portland's locker room would want. I mean, the shot chart of everyone except Damian Lillard in the 2 overtimes on the Portland side, it's embarrassing. And the fact that he just kept shooting and kept going through all of that. And then you also have to credit the Nuggets. I mean, I know you said no disrespect to them, but I mean, this is a team that lost its second best player and only won really after that and has kept its nose in the series and now leads it, which is an incredible story on that side. I do wonder, though, do you think that Damian Lillard is the most liked person in the NBA? Is there another big star that you can say has only positive vibes around him in terms of the public, in terms of fellow players, in terms of his teammates?
Okay, let me ask you, who dislikes Steph Curry? Like, what human being dislikes Steph Curry?
I couldn't agree with you more, Rich.
Does he have
I find
haters?
it impossible to dislike Steph Curry, but go on the internet. There's a whole section of Steph Curry haters to the point where it's become part of his kind of public persona that he doesn't pay attention to them. I don't understand how you can watch Steph Curry with anything except wonder and awe and appreciation, but there's certainly a segment of NBA fans who don't like him. There's certainly a segment of NBA fans, as we know, who don't like LeBron, who don't like James Harden, who don't like Kyrie, who don't like Kevin Durant. I cannot think of anyone else in the league who's in that top group of guys who is as beloved universally, and there is one public opinion on Damian Lillard. That's it. I've not seen another one.
Well, maybe it's because he hasn't won a championship to piss people off, or multiple championships. I'm serious. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's part of it. He is an underdog. He is eternally an underdog, right? Everybody loves an underdog, and people love Steph as an underdog when the Warriors were underdogs.
This year.
They loved him this year. They loved him in 2015.
They didn't like him.
An underdog, and that team was underdog.
You didn't like him maybe when he's cutting down the nets or cutting everybody's season short. You know what I mean? Like, or they thought that they were unfairly teaming up with Durant. You know what I mean? Like maybe that has something to do with that, because it can't be his persona or his way of going about his business or being a family man and a doting husband. I mean, my goodness. So, but maybe that's why Lillard just needs to win one to piss some people off, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind doing that. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.